Hello, it's me, Sherlong. Back at it again with another Friday video. We're going to be discussing another indie game that came out in early access last week. Far, Far West. Holy cow, is that game insane. When I first discovered it, it was during the playtest. I didn't, unfortunately, get to play the playtest. I saw it all over my For You page on TikTok, all over my Reels on Instagram. It was just a bunch of people playing it, and it looked so fun. So I was immediately like, I need to get this game. This game needs to be mine. I was a day late for the playtest that everybody participated in. But I immediately added it to my wish list, and now I have been just sitting here patiently waiting until it dropped recently. And I found out recently that that game was made by 8 people, 8 individuals. Why is it why does it feel like the games that are made by fewer than 1,000 people and what I mean by fewer, the people that have like a team of 10 or less are just lately just putting out banger after banger? I need to know what's going on. Because that's crazy. That's insane to me. Why are these... What? You know? That was incredible. And I had no idea it was made by 8 people, but when you log into the loading screen, like the first screen that you see is literally, it says, hey, this game is made by 8 people. This is early access. There's going to be hiccups, so just be wary of that. Which I love, because I feel like sometimes people don't understand that early access does mean that there are going to be hiccups, there's going to be bugs, there's going to be a bunch of things that happen in the game that aren't supposed to happen, but then that's why you report it over to them. Let me tell you, so far it feels pretty polished, but I have ran into a couple of issues where I can't do a mission, do a boss fight. I had that once. That's fine. That happens. It's an early access game. But overall, that game is incredible. It's crazy. And at the beginning of the game, you know, when it says, hey, we're made by 8 people, 8 different people. Also, here's what we're going to be adding as time goes on. And I love that. Because this is not the first early access game I've had. I've played. And I love it. You know, I love playing early access. It's one of my favorite games right now. Moonlighter 2 is also in early access, and each update that it comes out with is just absolutely fantastic, and I love it. But I feel like the roadmap is never in the game. Like, you have to go to like another area for that, like their Twitter, their Instagram, their YouTube, anything along the lines of that. But I love that it's in the game, and I love that it said, hey, we're just 8 people. Help us out a little bit. Be a little patient. I think that's awesome. I also love that the way they say that there's going to be issues, they say something along the lines of there's going to be silliness. I don't know why I like that so much. Don't ask me. But I think it's a great thing to say. Like, hey guys, there's going to be things that happen that shouldn't happen. And I think that's great. I think it's wonderful personally. And there's a lot of silliness. There really is. One of the things, and like the aspect that I really like about this game, is I'm going in completely blind. I just saw clips here and there of the game when it was in the playtest, and then once the game dropped, I was just seeing more and more. I don't really know what I'm doing, but I'm just having fun. I'm just going in. And one of the first things I see when I log in, and I go through I didn't even do the tutorial because I don't like playing tutorials. If it's an option, I would like to avoid it. That's just me personally. I like to figure it out on the go. But, as I was saying, there's these wells, like a water well, and you go in and you flip a coin. And it will give you like a random buff. It'll give you gold. It'll give you souls, which is 2 types of currency in that game. Or it'll just do something absolutely crazy. And one of the things, the first time I ever did one of those things, flip the coin in the well, it was a nuke, an atomic nuke. It was great. It was fantastic. I was just in shock because, when you read the description, you're like, yeah, that's understandable, that's reasonable, and then immediately, so it tells you right before it happens too, like what's gonna happen with the coin flip you did, and I was like, what? And then I blew up and almost died. I haven't even been playing the game for 5 minutes yet. I blew up, I flew away, and I was like, oh, that's what I'm in store for in this type of game. But some other cool things that they have with the wells is there can be random storms. So like random tornadoes will come and pick you up and like cause damage and everything like that. That's awesome. It can have gold. It can have a bunch of things. It is a randomizer. Like, it's really cool to see what they have done with that, and I like it. Also, the roguelite elements that it has, like these little shards you can pick up from enemies or bosses or side quests. There's some really cool ones that I really enjoyed. One of them is when you walk around, it's like you're walking on, like your shoes are made of rubber ducks. It is annoying as all hell, but every time I see it, I pick it up because I think it's funny. You just walk in and you hear that little squeaking noise. Fantastic. And some of the shards, I really like the humor with them. Some of them will say on the bottom, it's completely useless, like the rubber ducky one. Rubber ducky. It will say, this is useless. Love that. I think that's awesome. I also, one of the game elements that I really enjoy about this Far Far West is the spells. When I first played it, and the gameplay that I'm showing you now, it's going to be one of those things where I feel like you see it, and if you do see me like cast a spell, I struggle so hard on it, but that's just how it is. I've gotten a lot better now, and I like it, but the spells are really cool because I think it adds a cool element, and the more you level up your spells, depending on what you're using, because there's fire, acid, lightning, and there's one more. Lifesteal, I think is what it is. But the more you use them and do damage to enemies, you can upgrade them later to like a bench area in the saloon, which is going to be like your hub area. I like it. I like it a lot. The silliness of the game too, I think is great because it's a game that I feel like I'm going to be sinking in a lot of time into, and I like it. I like the silliness. Like when you take a health potion, because you're a mechanical cowboy. You're not like a real cowboy. Please, no one get upset that I said that. You don't drink the healing potion. You like splash it all over your body. And I think that's awesome. It's funny. I enjoy it. And the cryptic overseer, he's the guy that kind of commentates every once in a while here and there. No audible like things, but you'll see that like it's got like a subtitle in the bottom. It'll say, "Oh, you've come to die again." He says some funny things as well. Makes me laugh sometimes. Sometimes, when a game is overly silly, I think it gets old really fast, but I think this game is the perfect balance between serious and silly. And I don't even know if it's serious at all, to be quite frank. Who is Frank? Why do we keep saying that? But the gameplay is fantastic. It's smooth. It's pristine. I have noticed a few frame rate drops here and there, but I adjusted some settings. I'm good now. But the gameplay is fantastic. It feels smooth. It feels great. I have played it both on my PC and my Steam Deck. I will say I prefer it on the PC. My Steam Deck, it struggles a little bit here and there. I will say it's great on the battery life on the Steam Deck. I love that. Um, so I will probably go out to my back deck and play some tonight after I get done streaming it today. Uh, and as always, I feel like maybe I'm the only one that ever talks about this. I don't know. I just don't hear a lot of reviewers that I watch say stuff like this. The music is fantastic. It's fantastic. I'm not too keen on the battle music. I think the battle music is a little lackluster. But again, it's just the music of the game. It's not like it is this gigantic portion of the game. I just really like music in games, clearly. But when you're like walking around and like you're just killing like the occasional, I don't even know what to call them. I think they're called cryptics. I could be wrong. But skeleton guys. The lo-fi old western vibe that it's got is amazing. It's amazing. The music is great. The sound design is also really good too. Something else that I only have unlocked one weapon, but it was the bow. Immediately when I saw the bow, I was like, I need it. I love bows in games. I love using them. Far Cry 3, that's all I ever used was the bow and arrow. Every Far Cry, probably, I used just the bow. It was great. But there's a slew of weapons for the main weapon and also your side weapon as well. And you have to do certain things to get fragments for those weapons, and then you can purchase those weapons with gold, but you need the fragments as well in order to unlock said weapon. And right now I am unlocking some main weapons because I want to see how they go, but I unlocked the bow and I can't stop using it. I'm obsessed. I love that thing. I love it. And you can also change on the bow. You can change acid, fire, or lightning. I love it. I love that. Yeah! And also, the more and more you use your weapons, just same as the spells, they level up. And then there's an entirely separate section when you go to like equip weapons that gives you like, what do you want to upgrade on this weapon? Ammo, speed, reload speed, stuff like that. Lifesteal, I think, is on it as well for some of them. That's awesome. But you still need to level up that said weapon before you can just upgrade it automatically. So if you only have 2 levels, you can only upgrade 2 things. And you can only upgrade it up to 20 times. Which I think the cap, that's pretty cool. Because clearly, it all depends on what you want to do and your play style. I like it. I like it a lot. It feels good. It feels silly. I know I say this a lot. I did it with Replaced, and I did it with Far Far West. I was like, I need to get some footage of the game for this video. And next thing you know, it's 2 o'clock in the morning. I had work at 7. So yeah, guys, if you haven't played Far Far West, I recommend it highly. Go sink some time into it. Go have some fun. It's $20 on Steam on early access right now. I would highly recommend going and playing it. These 8 individuals took their heart and soul and put it into a game, and let me tell you, it shows. It's fun, it's enjoyable, and it's made for the consumers. And I can't tell you enough that you can tell when a game is made with love. This game was made with a whole lot of it. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Like, comment, subscribe. Come on. Every week we got a new video coming out about a game. I appreciate you all. Goodbye.